And my question to you is, how are you creating dangerously?
Oof. Gosh, I feel like I have to tell my life story now. Um, well, I would say my tendency has always been, and I think that this is true of many artists. I want to give voice to ideas and people uh that are not normally looked at, right? So there's that. Uh, I read this poem, "We Carry the Earth." I have another poem coming out because it's still happening. Democracy Now! Just did a report on someone who went to a detention center just outside of San Antonio, and I lived in San Antonio for 5 years when I was getting my dissertation at UTSA, and I taught in some of these like prisons for kids. And by the way, in Texas, they imprison kids that have not done anything. They If their parents have done something, they put them in the prison system because they don't have anywhere else to put them. So that tells you right there how Texas thinks about detaining people. But anyway, they did a report. This person could not get into the detention center, but they could hear outside of the detention center kids shouting, "Let us out."
Mm,
Which when I heard that, I was driving to work and I said, okay, I can't let anyone forget this.
mm,
So I wrote a poem about that that's coming out on the 14th from Twisted Tongue Press. A good press. Daryl Alejandro Holness also has something in that issue. Um, so I write about things like that because we have to keep people knowing what's going on.
mhm,
Um, but then I also just love to do weird stuff. I grew up in the house music and punk music movement.
mhm.
Um, and you know, I have weird poems, both in this book and in my forthcoming book, which is called Wild. So I'm always trying to do the weird thing.
I love the weird thing. I think it's really important that we be weird, right? Arundhati Roy, my favorite writer, is like talking about novels, and she was like, novels right now are so manicured, right? And she was like, it has to be
Mm.
wild. That's where you get a lot of juice. That's where you're marveled, right? And I think there's something to say to like just be wild, be weird, be different, even in your writing.
I love that quote. Ah, yes. No more manicuring.